Hello and welcome to this Career Day portion of the program. This portion is on identity theft, and I'm Mary Loftus, a Nebraska Extension Associate in Burt County. Let me get my PowerPoint up here. Okay. All right. This program is called That's My Name. So what does your name mean to you? It's who you are. It's your past. It's your future. It's your identity. What would happen if you applied for a student loan or tried to rent an apartment, or you wanted to buy a car or apply for a credit card, and you're turned down? Why would they do that? What could be wrong? Now, what can you do? You might be the victim of identity theft. Much of the information on this program was provided by FBI Special Agent Michelle M. Stevenson from the Omaha Division, but she was unable to present today, so I will try to do my best. This picture always creeps me out as I look at this guy looking through the car window at a billfold on the seat. Maybe we haven't done something quite this obvious, but I'm sure many of us have left a phone, a billfold, a purse, or something in a car in hopefully a little less conspicuous spot. However, we're taking a chance. Identity theft, what is it? It involves the use of personal identifiers such as names, social security account numbers, and credit card numbers, typically for criminal purposes. It's rarely the sole objective of the crime. Almost always it's used as a means to commit another crime. It's unique that it is part of many types of crimes and spans multiple investigative programs. The point of compromise is the location where the identity is able to be obtained with one or more personal identifiers, which allows them to access an individual's credit. It's difficult to detect what is real and what is not. Legitimate documents look like fraudulent ones. Driver's licenses and ID cards have few security features and aren't standardized. Vital statistic documents are issued by thousands of uncoordinated jurisdictions. With the advances in computer technology and printer capability, forging documents has become easier for even novices. This is not a career I suggest for you. However, finding these people could be a very good career. There are types of false identification can include social security cards, state driver's licenses or IDs, birth certificates, passports, visas, voter registration, alien registration, and badges if they're uniquely numbered. Some common types of fraud carried out using identity theft can be credit card fraud, phone and utilities fraud, bank fraud, including check fraud. Some of the credit card fraud includes true name identity takeover, account takeover, skimming, and theft of credit cards. True name identity takeover includes making false applications for new credit card accounts using the victim's identity and credit history. May also obtain loans for the purchase of vehicles, jewelry, and electronics on your name. The victim typically remains oblivious to the crime until they have a loan or credit application denied as the result of this fraudulent activity, or they're contacted by a bank or a collection agency. Account takeovers deal with criminal assuming control of the victim's existing accounts by filing a change of address with issuers or the post office to divert correspondence to commercial mail receiving agencies, vacant apartments, or other mail drops. Requesting the issuance of new credit cards, either duplicate or adding an authorized user, or convenience checks. As we look at this looks like a little black piece of material. However, it's a skimming device. When you look at this ATM, It doesn't look so different than what we use every other day. When you know what you're looking for, as the skimmer is removed, you notice that part of an existing label on the ATM was partially obscured. The skimming portion covered that, and a small camera captured the PIN numbers as they were entered. Skimming is a reason for concern because the first fraud transaction usually takes about 10 days after the compromise occurs. Real pros will wait 6 months. If you can remember where you used your card 6 months ago, you're better than most. The length of fraud transaction period is 2 weeks as average, but it varies, and compromised cards can be sold multiple times. Check fraud. 500 million checks are forged annually in the United States, resulting in losses of $10 billion. Check fraud schemes include straight alteration of real checks, duplication of checks from legitimate accounts, stolen checks, fraudulent orders for check drafts through legitimate draft supply houses, and warning signs for the identity theft victims is having credit denied, routine financial statements stop arriving in a timely manner, you receive phone calls from creditors on accounts you've never authorized, a new or renewed credit or debit card or checks are not received. How to minimize your risk. Before providing personal identifiers, question if it's really necessary and know how it will be used. Know your billing cycles and contact creditors when bills fail to show up. Place outgoing mail in collection boxes or the U.S. Post Office, not in the mailbox outside your house. Only carry essential identification cards and don't give personal information over the phone, at least unless you have started the call. If they call you, don't give any information. If you give you a number to return on a call, don't do it there. Don't discard documents that contain personal identifiers or account information. Order copies of your credit report once a year. These are available free every year at www.annualcreditreport.com. Remove your name from distribution lists at www.dmachoice.org or call this 800 number to limit pre-approved credit card offers. It's 888-5OPT-OUT, opt out. Minimizing your risk will also consider, before you dispose of a computer, get rid of all the personal information it stores. Use a wipe utility program to overwrite the entire hard drive. Before you dispose of a mobile device, check your owner's manual, the service provider's website, or the device manufacturer's website for information on how to delete information permanently and how to save or transfer information to a new device. Remove the memory or subscriber identity module, a SIM card, from a mobile device. Remove the phone book, lists of calls made and received, voicemails, messages sent, anything anybody can use to get somebody's identity information. So what to do if you're victimized? Step 1, contact the fraud department of the 3 major credit bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. There are website numbers, there are 800 numbers. If you can put these, or at least put one of these into your cell phone, you're ahead of the game and you'll be able to help somebody if they have a problem, or maybe it's even your own family. So look these up: Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax. What to do if you're victimized? Also contact the Social Security Administration fraud line. They need to know so they can stop fraud like this. Do this at www.ssa.gov/OIG/hotline. The Federal Trade Commission at 877-ID-THEFT. Contact the account issuer in question. Ask for the Fraud Security Department of the compromised or fraudulent account issuer. Notify them by phone and in writing. Close all tampered or fraudulent accounts and ask about secondary cards that might be on these accounts. Now, I want you to remember to warn your grandparents and your parents about the grandparent scam. Don't let them fall for it. I have had probably half a dozen people call me to say they've gotten a call and their grandchild was just crying and they were in trouble and they didn't want their parents called and they needed money in order to keep out of jail. And so grandma or grandpa goes down to the bank and they want to send $1,500, and the bank tellers try to talk them out of it, but sometimes they do and sometimes they just can't because they're just so sure you're in trouble and you need help. So the money you save them might be money you'll have someday. So talk them out of it, to warn them about it so they don't fall for it. Tell them to call mom or dad, brother or sister, somebody so they can check it out. Keep your identity safe and help your family do the same. You don't want to try to clean up the mess an identity theft causes. Thanks for taking part in this program and have a great rest of the day and rest of your life.